Hello yogis, hello friends, thank you for being here. My name is Nina and today's class is a renew and restore full body Yin Yoga class for New Year's. It's 30 to 40 minutes long Yin Yoga, so we will be holding each pose for a couple of minutes, and each pose, each asana is going to be paired with one affirmation that is going to help you release any tension and weight of the past year and maybe create some additional space and some additional energy and peace for the new year that is coming. So since this is a Yin Yoga class, or in any yoga class, I always advise you to have maybe props. I'm not using any, but if you have some blocks, maybe have them nearby, or folded blankets, pillows, whatever you might need to relax and hold the poses. So we want to stay still and we want to hold the pose for extended period of time. In this particular class, it's going to be between 2 and 3 minutes. If this sounds something that you might like, then why don't you join me? Okay, lovely friends, let's start today's class in a wide-legged child's pose. So you may sit on your heels and bring your big toes to touch, and then widen your legs as far as comfortable. If you are working on your flexibility, you might want to have them pretty wide apart. But if you are trying to restore, maybe just keep them hip distance apart. I'm going to keep them wide, approximately as wide as my yoga mat, and I am then just going to fold forwards. So walk your hands in front of you and bring your forehead down to the mat. And as I said, we will be pairing each asana with an affirmation. So our first affirmation in this pose is going to be: I honor the lessons of the past and welcome the wisdom they bring. So you maybe want to repeat this sentence in your head or out loud and see how you feel when you say this affirmation. I honor the lessons of the past and welcome the wisdom they bring. Try to think about everything you learned during this past year. How rich this past year was. Every experience you had is a lesson, is a wisdom that you can use in your new year. I honor the lessons of the past and welcome the wisdom they bring. Start to push into your hands and rise back up into a seated position. And from here, let's come into our next asana, which is a deer pose. So we are going to do the same asana on the both sides. So let's start with our left leg in front of us. You are going to sit on your glutes and bring your left leg in front of you, your shin parallel to the shoulder edge of your mat, and shin of your right leg parallel approximately to the longer edge of your mat. So you can stay here high if you're already feeling the sensations here in your right leg, or you may choose to go a little bit deeper and to go back, maybe staying on your elbows, or if this is comfortable enough for you, you can lie all the way down on your back. This is a pretty intense pose for me, so I'm just going to stay high on my elbows. Since this is a Yin Yoga practice, I don't want to push myself too much. I want to gradually open, allow my body to open. And in this pose, we are going to use this affirmation: I create energy and space for new experiences. I create energy and space for new experiences. So what can you do in your new year? What can you change about yourself in order to have maybe a little bit more time and a little bit more energy for new things, new experiences, new positive habits, new moments? I create energy and space for new experiences. If you need to come out of the pose a little bit earlier, please do. It's an intense pose, and we don't often do these internal hip rotations in yoga. There's just a couple of poses where we can do this movement, so it might be a little bit unusual for you, but again, it is a new experience, so you might want to start with this intention right away. Create some space and some extra energy for some new experiences. To come out of the pose, just push into your hands to rise back up if you were down on your elbows. And maybe use your hands to bring your right knee and right leg back in front of you. See if you need to do any movement to release maybe any tension before we do the same pose on the other side. So coming into our deer pose on the other side, this time our right shin is going to be parallel to the short edge of the mat, and our left shin is going to be parallel to the long edge of the mat. And again, maybe just staying here if you're already feeling the sensation of this internal hip rotation, or if you want to go just a little bit more deeper, you are going to go down onto your elbows or all the way down on your back if it feels good for you. And if your right knee is a little bit lifted, don't worry about it, it's perfectly normal. It depends on your anatomy and on your flexibility. Maybe close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Allow your body to naturally open. And here again, you may repeat, I create energy and space for new experiences. If you feel any pain or discomfort, of course, feel free to leave this pose. Maybe take a short break. We never want to feel pain in Yin Yoga. Otherwise, we'll be here just for a couple of more breaths. So really tune in. If you were down on your elbows, push into your hands to rise back up into a seated position. And again, maybe use your arms to bring your knees in front of you, doing any little movement that your body might be craving for right now. And let's come into our next asana, which is a heart melter or a puppy pose. So you might want to really, if you have props, you might want to use them here. Maybe to place a blanket under your knees if your yoga mat is not thick enough. Or anything that might prop you under your forehead. So coming into a tabletop, you are going to place your hands a little bit over your shoulders. Your hips should stay right above your knees, and you can just melt your heart, open your chest down to the ground. You can bring your forehead to the mat or even a chin. So it would look like this with a chin on the mat. Right now this is a little bit too intense for me, so I'm gonna keep my forehead down on the ground. I'm gonna take deep breaths, and with each inhale I'm gonna expand through my chest, and with each exhale I'm gonna allow my heart to melt even closer to the ground. And in this pose, we may all repeat this affirmation. I open my heart to infinite possibilities. I open my heart to infinite possibilities. And try to really believe this affirmation, because it really is so. Not just with New Year's, you can use this affirmation every day, because every day is a new opportunity full of possibilities. If your heart is open enough to see them, to notice them, and to use them, to take them. I open my heart to infinite possibilities. And from your puppy pose, slide onto your belly and turn to your back. And lay all the way down. And now let's come into, I think, my favorite Yin Yoga asana, and that is a banana pose. So just shift your hips to the right and bring your feet to the left corner of your yoga mat, maybe crossing your right leg over the left one. And now extend your arms again to the left corner of your mat, creating this C shape or banana shape with your body. Really try to keep both of the hip bones on the mat, so I don't want you to roll to the left side of your body. Try to keep your right shoulder blade as well on the ground, creating this big stretch for the right side of your body. And as you inhale, try to send your breath to the right side of the body, feeling the stretch and melting the tension away. Maybe repeating these words to yourself. I am resilient and flexible, bending but never breaking. I am resilient and flexible, bending but never breaking. And truly believe that no matter what New Year's bring, no matter what happens, it is not going to break you down. You are resilient enough, smart enough to work with it, to work through it, and to find solution for any problem. I am resilient and flexible, bending but never breaking. On your next inhale, engage a little bit through your legs and shift your hips back to the middle. And let's do the same pose on the other side. So banana pose on our left. This time shift your hips to the left and bring your feet to the right edge, right corner of your mat, as well as your arms, extending them up over your head, maybe crossing your left leg over the right one. Feeling this big stretch through the left side of your body each time you inhale. Trusting that you are resilient and flexible, that you'll bend and you'll never break. I am resilient and flexible, bending but never breaking. Please really mean it, because it is so, if you believe it. There is nothing that can break you, because you'll bend each time. And that's the beauty of yoga. It makes your body a little bit more resilient, but through physical practice, it also makes your mind more resilient. On your next inhale, gently shift your body to the middle, preparing yourself for our last asana, our sweet Savasana. So take all the space you need. Extend your legs. Extend your arms, palms facing skywards. Close your eyes. And relax in our last pose, truly. Relax your body, calm down your mind. Take deep breaths. Repeat this affirmation. I am ready. Whatever that may be in the new year. Any experience, any opportunity, possibility, problem, stress, everything good and everything bad that new year might bring. I am ready. Allow yourself a couple of minutes right here, trusting that I will pull you out sweetly when the time comes. Start to deepen your breath, gently wiggling your fingers, your toes, waking up your body, maybe moving your head from side to side. Any little movement that feels good to you. And now just turn to one side. And from here, push into your hands to take a seat. Any seat of your choice. Gently blink your eyes open if they were closed. Pray your hands. Namaste. Lovely friends. Thank you, yogis, so much for sharing your practice with me. Let me know down in the comments if any of these affirmations worked particularly well for you and whether you are ready for the new year's. Thank you again for being here, for practicing with me, and I really hope I'm going to see you again with our new class also in a new year's, and that you're going to practice with me throughout the next year. Until the next time, stay safe, stay peaceful, stay happy, and I am wishing you the best new year and new year celebration ever. Bye.